Why hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat, joined today by an Ollie Cat. He's here, he wants attention, Mr. Cat wants some attention on this day. Hello and welcome. Today is Sunday, December 15th, 2024. 1 week from my birthday, where I will stream as usual. We didn't stream this past Thursday because Ostranauts updated, and that update the main mod that I'm using, the main API for modding that I'm using, kinda didn't work with the new update. Yes, Cat Rubby, he's lovey-dovey right now. Kinda broke the game from that update, and it took a bit for the person who made that FFU Beyond Reach to update it to work. And apparently they added a setting that will let you turn off the features that may break during an update, so it shouldn't necessarily be a major problem going forward if the game were to update again. Hey Ollie, yeah, you happy? You happy? This past weekend, aka yesterday, went shopping because we're close to the holidays now. You may have not really realized at this point, but Christmas is like 10 days. It's like 10 days. My birthday's in 7. It's next Sunday for me for my birthday, and then that Wednesday is Christmas. So yeah, we went kitty shopping. We went to the pet store yesterday after getting the cards, Christmas cards, because we have a Hallmark, and then right next to the Hallmark, essentially right next to it, is a PetSmart. So we stopped there, and finally, after all of these years, we got the cats a new cat tree. We got them a new cat tree. They're still exploring, sniffing at it. He's climbed it. He's sat on the top of it, but it's not in its forever position at the moment. We need to get the old one from its current position by the main window of the house, the big window of the house, right? And like it's like wedged between our couch and the main window, so that if you're in the couch, the cats can be right next to you on the cat tree. But the new one is bigger than the old one, so it's not gonna sit directly next to the couch. It's gonna sit in front of the couch, still against the window. But the old one has to come out, and we have to clean and to get all the toys off of it to put on the new one and get the new one into that position. Then they'll be good. So the new one, it's not only like wider, deeper, it's also taller. It's bigger in every dimension compared to the previous one. It's got extra tiers on it, and it even has a little like hideaway box on the bottom. Got a little box for the cat to hide. Yes, and of course we got like toys. We got toys. We got bed. A bed that hopefully he will like. Hopefully he will like his new bed as well. We got one of those ones that they can crawl inside of, a like little cave that they can go into, because he, in particular, likes to burrow. He likes to burrow. Yes, I know. Goodbye, Mr. Cat. He likes to dig under things. So we got him a bed that they can go inside of. But he won't get that until Christmas. Those are Christmas gifts. We can't hide the new tree because is big. Is big. We can't hide the new tree for them. So yeah, that was exciting for yesterday. It's a long day yesterday. I'm a little sore from all of that. But yeah, other things that I've been working on include, as we actually start getting into the game here, I made a new layout. I made a layout for the game. Right now the image there is just the like offline image. That's the kitties when they were kittens. That's the kittens when they were small. They've gotten a bit bigger than that. But when the game loads, it should take that spot. So yeah, the new layout, I'm in the top right corner because I look this way. Because I look this way, and I'm not going to mirror my window, my output. I look this way. I really hate every streamer who puts their camera into a corner and then looks away from the middle of the screen most of the time, where they like have their main monitor here and they look this way outside of the frame of the screen. That's horrible. I hate it. I hate when people do that. It's awful. Look to the middle of the screen. Look to the middle of the screen, because that's where your main content is. Make it look like you're looking at the main content of the screen. But anyway, I went with this layout, even though it does reduce the size of the game window, because it will mean that we will no longer block the main window. We'll no longer block the main window, and there's now room for everything! Everything is here! Absolutely everything is here. I need to hit continue here. I also played a personal save for about 10 hours. Let us load our stream save here, which we're going on 15 hours into the into the stream save. I've made more progress on my personal save in 10 hours than I have in this save in 15. Yeah, that's just what the randomness and luck will do, and not having to talk, you know. So I have room for the cat cam to be always on under me, and I have room for the 3D printer camera, which, by the way, is currently printing a Nintendo 64 stand. 2 stands, actually. They're like C-shaped, so they're being printed sort of like interlaced, like this. One is a C, the other is a C. I just put them into each other, and it's printing both at the same time. And below that is chat. Below that is chat. At least, it should be chat. Oh, wonderful. The emotes are broken. The emotes don't work. Right? My emotes don't work. I think regular emotes should work, though. How about like random, regular YouTube emotes? Or will it only work with Twitch emotes? That's a great question. Would it only work with the Twitch ones? Hey, let's check the Twitch ones. Great. I don't have, on this particular window, the ability to actually see my emotes. Right there. Will it work with the Twitch ones? Yeah, it works with the Twitch ones. Great. So you could see that we has emotes for Twitch. I need to see about getting them working on the YouTube one. But yeah, it's a chat. There is chat. It will display on screen, and it will show whether or not you're in Twitch or YouTube. I may or may not keep it. It depends upon user behavior, frankly. I'm gonna pop that back out. I'm gonna go over here. And yeah, everything will ideally be awesome as time goes on. Also, down in the bottom left corner of the screen is just the events list of support that has come in. It includes both Twitch and YouTube. So YouTube members, Twitch, like bits, subs, etc., as well as direct tips through Streamlabs. That is that list as well. And then next to that is the current goals. What we're working on currently on the stream. The current set of goals that we're working towards. So right now, I need to / want to build a ship reactor. The overarching goal is to pay off the ship mortgage. We kind of owe some cash to the bank to the tune of $767,684.80. In the form of multiple payments per day of $2,094.45. One payment per shift, 4 shifts per day. Yeah. We do have the option to prepay the mortgage if we do get enough money for that, but I don't have enough to completely prepay the mortgage, and it does not change the amount that you owe by prepaying. You still owe the same amount, it just reduces the total amount of time, technically, that you have to pay, just like a real mortgage. Just like a real mortgage. In real life, it is good to make a bulk payment to reduce the amount of time and thus the amount of interest that you're charged. But here, it doesn't really tell you like what you're paying in like interest on this mortgage. So it's just a very simple, you owe this much and you will pay that much regardless whether or not you pay it off early or not. So in that sense, not really a mortgage. Not really. It's not simulating interest, but once we have enough money to pay it off, we'll pay it off so that we don't have to worry about having to make a payment every single shift for the thing. And then if I want to actually buy a ship, I could do so then, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna keep expanding this ship, this little guy. Oh god, this ship is tiny. Yeah, this ship is small. This is really small. I need to sleep? Oh gosh. Okay. Yikers. So the game updated, and what happened with this update is that, oh, I might have to reinstall the batteries. Yeah. I'll have to reinstall them. Oh, no. There it is. Cancel. I just had to unpause. So they added timers to the batteries that show how much time they will last. I don't know why the numbers are different between these batteries, because they should be identical, but... and /3 batteries. The thing about this, though, is that each one of these counts, these timers, is independent of the other batteries. So the total amount of time, technically, is a little difficult to analyze when you have multiple batteries, because it doesn't give you the real time based off of all of the batteries. Now, it could be that the drain is actually the amount for that individual battery at that given moment in time. It should be roughly even between all of them, roughly, but once this battery, this compact battery, runs out of charge, that increases the amount of power draw on the other batteries, which will mean that they will lose their power faster. They will lose their charge faster. So again, this number only assumes that this rate stays the same the entire time. It's not exactly an accurate measurement that's useful to me as the player for what I really need to know, which is how much time do I have before I fully run out of power across all batteries in the ship. And that is what the mod that I have does. This BepIn mod that gives me that little timer down here that says, hey, You have 12.5 hours of total charge on the ship. Despite what all of these things say, it is actually 12.5 hours. Because it adds all of the total amount of available power and then does the math off of the total available power versus the current usage. So, that being said, I have added a mod. I have added the cassettes mod, and I need to like update all of the mod lists as well. So what is the cassette mod? And what does that do? Oh yeah, we have one of those. We have a katana now. I forgot about that. Last time we met, we found actually 2 katanas, but I sold one of them. It shouldn't be available yet, but on the next reset, which is in 12-ish hours, a little over 12 hours, this shop, the scrap kiosk, is going to get in a bunch of items that they're all storage items that are unique and individual storage items that accept all of, or each of, the repair part items. So there's a box that you can put screens into, and only screens into, a box that you can put heat sinks into, motherboards into, motors into, and these little boxes are 1x1 tile, and they each hold 8 items, or 8 stacks of items, because there's also ones for the scrap, aluminum, steel, carbon fiber, mechanical parts, and electronic parts. So you can get stacks, 8 stacks of these items in each one of those 1x1 cassette boxes. And then there's cassette crates that lets you put several boxes of that given type into each individual crate. And then there's a rack that lets you put the crates into the rack that you can install. So, yeah, it allows you to fit a bunch of scrap material onto your ship, or to carry around, which is what I would end up doing. However, I will note that it will not fit, those little 1x1 boxes will not fit inside of a backpack. They must be put, like, in a cargo crate. The smart crates. Which I tend to do anyway. Another thing with the supply kiosk is I did make a couple of edits to my loot file for Unknown Industries to add into the supply kiosk all of the items that Unknown Industries sells in its unique kiosk, because we are never going to actually be able to have that unique kiosk from Unknown Industries on the map in this save, because I did not start the save with Unity Mod Manager on. Yeah. Because Unity Mod Manager and BepInEx do not play well together. In fact, they are incompatible with each other. And UMM actually wins in that fight between the two. We have both installed. But if you were to start a save with UMM, uninstall UMM, and clean remove it from the executable, and put BepIn in and run all of the like patch things or whatever BepIn mods you're using, then you could have the unique shop on that map and be running this mod set. It's just unnecessary when you can use FFU to add all of the items to an existing shop like this one, supply kiosk. It is not easy to actually add a kiosk. I tried to add the kiosk onto the map using FFU, but unfortunately it just does not handle adding an object to an array of objects. Or into an array that's expecting objects. You can't use the specific command of add in that because it expects an object in that array. So even like the command itself of add is rejected by the game and it errors out, which kind of sucks. I wish it could do that. It doesn't really make any sense that it couldn't do that, but anyway, regardless, it can't do it. So while we can't have it add to a ship map, we can at least tell it to add the specific items it would have had into this kiosk. Which, the whole point of Unknown Industries and it having a separate kiosk is to fulfill the purpose of mods being able to add items to a kiosk without overwriting the contents of the kiosk, which is exactly what FFU Beyond Reach does. It allows you to add items to any kiosk without overwriting the contents of the kiosk. And it's what I have done with modifications to Blahaj for all of these plushies, as well as Unknown Industries to add the glow sticks, and I guess now the floor light. There's like a subfloor light that it adds, and a set of subfloor conduits, which are just power lines that are hidden by default. They're subfloor, they're underneath. The conduits that go underneath, which makes things look cleaner on the map. But anyway, yeah, so stuff things. Those are the like updates there. I should probably actually just buy a Blahaj while I'm here. I want that one. I want that one. These, when you interact with them, they improve your need for intimacy. From a technical perspective, it reduces the need for intimacy. It reduces the number. Not by much, though. It's a very, very, very small effect, and you would need to spend a very long time hugging your plushie to reduce the desire for intimacy. But it's there. That's one thing that I was considering modding, by the way, is to make that number a bit higher. 10 points is kind of low. You'll have to interact with it like 10 plus times if your intimacy is capped, your need is capped. You'd have to continuously interact with it multiple times. Way too many times, frankly. Still, though, do I need anything else in here? They do have another regular super handy. Which is actually very tempting. You know what? I'm here. And I have a freaking ton of money. So, yes, I will buy this. I put it here. Good. But then what I'm going to do... I'm gonna take it with me. Yeah. Take it with me. I want to buy more storage bays. If I can. They are very expensive to buy, but we can buy them. That would be fantastic. absolutely amazing. That will really, really help. So we need to go to Mescaform. I would buy an infirmary bed, or like regular full-size bed. Excuse me, not the infirmary bed. I don't want the infirmary bed. But I would want a regular bed. But we can't fit one. It won't fit. It's massive. It's like a 6x3 entity that needs to be put against power. It's huge. While it does improve sleep quality, it's just not something I have the space for on the ship yet. So while we're here, a mod that I have changes the auto vents. Actually, it's a straight up change. I thought it was adding a new auto vent, but no, apparently it just changes the existing auto air vent so that it will open when it's safe to open. Without the mod, this auto vent will automatically seal, but it will not automatically unseal. But yeah, this sleeping bunk right here gives you comfortable sleep, which improves sleep quality. Your rest bar will reduce faster when sleeping in a full sleeping bunk. But we just have to deal with not having that. Anyway, stuff! Things! There! Bays! 2 bays! Thank you, come again. Anything else? I got the corner racks. They got corner racks. I'll say no. Doors. When I need doors is when I'll think about adding doors. Yeah, when I need them, or when I'm thinking about the different sizes, like what type of size I would want from these doors, that's when I'll do that. So that should be. Oh right, they don't fit on the super handy. Great. I'll be back. And yes, bays can take bays. Oh god, bays can take bays. Now you can't directly access the inventory of a bay within a bay. But yeah, you can do that. Yeah. I should probably report that. They're like, yo, bays can take bays. Another infinite nesting. Okay. That is something that can be fixed. It just has to not be able to take its own type of item. Like dollies have a specific check already for like is dolly to not take dollies. Give me that. Oh, do I want lights? And like, well, fridges, toilets, sinks, I can find those on Rex. Technically, I can find lights on Rex as well, but I can only buy color customizable lights here. That's a lot of lights. So, since we've figured out that there's actually just infinite nesting of storage bays, I'm not planning on using it unless absolutely fundamentally necessary, actually. Because I'm gonna actually just gonna take that out and swap them. So we have a cryo tank. Oh, and also the mass of the object changes, so I know which one has stuff in it based on the mass of the thing. Yeah. So which of these smart crates? There. That one is mine. Yes, that's a lot of backpacks. Hello. So what's in the backpacks? Ooh, I should restore that. Just saying that needs restoration before it dies. I see. I was thinking that I probably just have a bunch of repair stuff in most of these. Yeah. Mostly repair stuff. And some conduit. So all of that would be functionally replaced with the cassette holders. Yeah. Pretty much all of these would be replaced with the cassette holders. The individual boxes. Like, I would need space in a crate for the boxes, but I guess it's fine. I think they could go in the backpack, actually. Now I'm thinking. That would mean freeing up like 8 spaces or more in the backpack. I'm not going to do that. Oh yeah, where's my bedroll? I've forgotten. Oh, it's here. It's in my backpack. Okay. So put that down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pay. I'll go back to the fuel kiosk and make sure that everything is topped up. Yeah. Let's see. Salvage permit expires at 7/19. So we're going to sell the salvage permit. Now, and we're going to undock. And we're going to sleep while undocked. So I don't have to spend the cash. Although, frankly, the cash is not all that much of an issue. Like, I've got the cash, I could stay here, but I want to do it right. I'm gonna save before I do this, just in case bad things happen. Just in case awful things happen to me. Oh yeah, I should rename my ship. That's the other thing. We're gonna back away. Oh, the ship is heavy. I need more thrusters. Just gonna drift a little bit, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come out here. I'm gonna select the OKLG flotilla, and then I'm gonna hit match speed to the flotilla. This doesn't really make much orbital sense, but by doing this, we have essentially fixed our position relative to the Ganymede asteroid to this exact spot. We have fixed our position here. Because the flotilla is in a fixed position relative to the asteroid, as are all of these nav stations around, and ATC over here, whatever this place is. I haven't actually ever been there, and what this security place is, I've never actually been there, or to any of the nav beacons. But this fixes me in place, so now I know that I can sleep. Easy as that. Let's go to sleep. Why is there a whole bunch of repair stuff on? Huh. We are unconscious. Success. Roster. Switch to sleep. We're on a sleep roster. That is a very important step. If you do not hit sleep roster, your sleep will only be half as effective. It's 50% difference in the effectiveness of sleep. Also, okay, I did Okay. So we can do level 6. Six is a full shift. We then have to pay, and then sleep. It looks like maybe another 4 hours just to fully eliminate this entire bar. There we go. We're now hungry. Very hungry. The reset's in 2 hours. Cancel action, get up, eat. Brush your teeth. I think I'm gonna do another, say 3 hours. Just because by doing that, I'll have to eat again, drink again. By doing that, the shops will be reset. Huh, I did move a little bit. Anyway. It wasn't much, and that's the point. How do I reset the point of reference? Huh. Oh. Remove match speed. That would help. Holler. Holler. Shh. Had I not slowed down, yeah, I know, I'm close to the... Hello, and welcome to the stream. The new layout of the stream. We're just taking care of the housekeeping stuff that I needed to do from the end of last stream. We needed to sleep. Our character be tired and needs rest. No, we're just a random dude with dreams of owning a ship And we're just building our ship from scraps from a wreck yard. And it's very survival based, very realistic. Right down to the fact that you have to use the bathroom every so often. I am feeling empowered. I sat on the toilet and I felt empowered. Yes, you are a salvager. That's what you are in this game at the start with the existing scenario that is currently available. The only option is that you start as a salvager on a random, on a very small space station around a very small asteroid called Ganymede. You are around this little asteroid. Apparently there's some battle at some point, and there's a whole bunch of wrecks all over the place. There's just a bunch of wreckages all over the place, and your job is to salvage the wrecks and break ships. You are a ship breaker. You break things for a living before you start the game, as you scrounge up to obtain a ship through a mortgage. And you start the game with a ship with a mortgage, usually. There's a way around that, but you start the game with a ship with a mortgage, and you have to pay the mortgage. But in order to legally go and go out and salvage from the wrecks in this game, you have to buy a license from this location for $5,000. The license lasts 1 day, so every day you have to get a license to salvage. And if you don't have it, the local security forces will pound you and fine you, or beat you up. This is from the developers of a game called Neo Scavenger. So it's a similar concept, but space. And it's supposed to be the same universe as the Neo Scavenger game. Well, the point of it mechanically is to force you to come back to this station. To keep coming back to this station, otherwise you could just be out infinitely without having any purpose. I do still have to pay for this, because you have to pay to dock. You have docking fees that accrue for every hour of game time in which you are docked, which is why we undocked to sleep and then have now redocked, because that avoids having to pay all of those hours of the docking fees. Anyway, this should have reset, and I should have, yes, the cassette boxes. I'm going to need these cassette boxes. So I'm going to pull in a dolly, I think. Cassette boxes are a mod. I have lots of modifications to this. The game is white early access. It is a very early access. Still feels like it anyway. Would you ever choose to do that? Not really. But the point here is that you don't have a choice, because that's what you were born into. The game is built to support different game start options for like different careers. So maybe at some point there will be other career types where you can start the game as some other type of character on the map. It definitely has very big aspirations in this game because it has the entire solar system. You can go anywhere in the solar system in this game with your ship. Once you have a reactor on your ship, you can go anywhere. And there are stations everywhere. They're not all finalized. They're not all unique stations with special things to do, but they're out there. There are things out there to go to. And there are planetary and moon-type bases everywhere. And lots of lore for the individual locations around the map. The issue is getting there, and really, at this point in time, the issue is having a reason to go there. That's what needs to be worked on, is having a reason to go to these other locations. Because right now, the game is pretty much just this asteroid, with a couple of things that you can do, like around Venus, as just things to do without even much of a reason to do them. But they at least have worked on Venus, and that was part of this most recent version 14, was the stuff for Venus. Including like atmospheric flight and aerodynamics for your ship. You can design your ship with aerodynamic parts that you can access around Venus, and even have like rotors for the ship that you can install that are found on derelicts around Venus, which you don't actually need any salvaging permit for. And apparently, there are time trial racetracks that you can take part in on Venus. But again, it's like, to what end? Money? Because by the time you get there, you don't have to worry about money anymore. Money becomes a non-issue by the time you're able to get to Venus in the first place, so why would I want to engage with a mechanic that only gives me money? That's really where the current state of the game is at right now, is they really need to add better incentives to go to these other places. And what incentive exists currently is, again, not useful by the time you're able to get to it. Because on Venus, there is a construction zone that will have one of the extreme few guaranteed Testudo hyper handy equipment dollies. It is only really through there, effectively, that you are able to get a guaranteed hyper handy under normal circumstances in the vanilla game. I think there's only like 2 or 3 that even exist in the game as static items. And all they usually are is just a slightly larger super handy with the ability to accept oversized objects. Normally it's a 6x6 version of the dolly that can hold oversized items. And the standard dolly is normally a 5x5, and it cannot take oversized items. It cannot take any of the reactor pieces, or the field coils, or any of the storage containers. But the mods I'm using allow me to, A, be able to actually find the damn hyper handies, but also it changes how the dollies work so that the super handies are actually like what the hyper handies are. They're a 6x6 and take oversized items. And then the hyper handies are double the capacity. They're a 12x6 or 6x12, whatever. And of course I can potentially buy a hyper handy here in OKLG through a mod that I made, It's only a 20% chance to spawn with each inventory update. Oh yeah, so I should actually look at that first. That's what I should look for first. There's a 20% chance that there is a hyper handy for sale. At least it should be a 20% chance. Cough, hack, wheeze. If I modded it correctly. And there's also should be a 1% chance that a hyper handy will show up in specific locations on derelicts. But I see only the super handy here. Let's see if it's anywhere else in the list. I think the answer to that's going to be a nope. We do get the subfloor conduit, at least only 16 units though. Whatever. Buy it. Oh. Interesting. I didn't know that there was another color of pressure suit. Okay. Sure. It's not useful to me. Yeah, so we didn't get the hyper available this time. Not on this day. Anyway, I want cassettes. I'm here for cassettes. I'm here for these 9 items. So these are special storage containers that hold 8. They hold 8 stacks of each of the individual repair part items. And you can put these storage boxes into storage crates. And you can put those into cassette racks. Now, the crates, there's only crates... I see, it's just, they look different. It also costs a lot for the crates. Yeah, this is an expensive endeavor. And then you can put a whole bunch of boxes into the crates, so it's like then you need a bunch of boxes to put into those crates. So for right now, I'm not going to buy the crates, I think. And then these racks, they only store the crates. I don't know why they only cost 306. I don't know why their cost is like minuscule, but the racks only hold the crates, and the storage boxes can only be put in their individual crate. I don't know how many spaces the crates have. I think it's 8. I think it's 8 spaces of crate in a crate to hold 8 boxes, which each have 8 stacks. Why one would need that much storage for the various things, I don't know. I personally think that just having one of each box is fine. Realistically, you find plenty enough stuff. The one set of things that I would probably want the crate for would be the stuff that only has stack size 1. You know, the motherboards, the motors, the heat sinks, and the screens all have stack size 1, but all the other stuff is much larger. So yeah, if I hit inventory here, it's 8 storage spots for heat sinks. And then which one? That one's screen, motor, motherboards. Yeah, that's how that's supposed to go. There's none for cloths, which is interesting. Kinda odd. What? Oh. Because the dolly can't use or take mechanical parts. Sigh. Also, I'm gonna start swapping out into here because I'd rather these be in my backpack. I'm gonna need 9 slots. That's an empty. Yeah, that's empty drink pouch. There's no point really to have the food in the backpack for the EVA suit. There we go. That will be that. Now to go through all of these guys. I do not need to carry around a crowbar, actually. Because you can use the katana and the cutlass as a pry bar in this game. And I think the tag is wedge. That's the key for whether or not it can be used to pry, is the tag wedge. Oh yeah, I guess technically I should be carrying it in my right hand. I don't know if our character is right or left-handed. That's the thing. I don't know if there's any real difference in its use between left or right hand. I have seen in negative reviews that people don't like having these tags shown. I would sort of agree that most of these are kind of pointless for the player to see at all times in a list like this. They do have this show more and show less button. I would rather that they always show the where bar. The show more, show less button should show me only the tags. That should just be used for the tags and not for the where bar. The where bar is extremely important, as well as the charge bar on batteries. This is extremely important, necessary information to have at all times for every item in the game. These tags are functionally useless the vast majority of the time. Those should be hidden, not where in charge. Where in charge should not ever be able to be hidden. They're more important than the actual value of the item. Honestly, they're more important than the item value. Anyway, stuff and things. I need to go through each of these backpack inventories now to pull out, like, the aluminium. guys. It's aluminum. It's spelled N-U-M on the actual item. It's spelled aluminum in the game. The storage box is spelled aluminium. Aluminium. It's spelled aluminium. It's aluminium. Aluminium. Yes, that is how you say that word. It's aluminium. Like titanium, aluminium. Not aluminium. Aluminium. That is how we will say that until the end of time. Aluminium. Whenever it's spelled that way. Okay? So I'll now have to... I shall now have to remember that the storage box is the aluminium storage box that stores aluminum, scrap aluminum. The scrap aluminum goes in the aluminum cassette box. Because I am, in fact, that petty. And what else was in here? Oh. I feel cat. I feel cat. Mr. Cat. By my legs. That one's empty. That one's empty. That's got stuff. Hello, more aluminum. Now the game does have trouble actually with dragging items onto inventories. It can have troubles. It can error out, which is very unfortunate. Whenever that happens. Oh yeah, there's those. Backing away. Okay, motherboard died, okay. Not like it matters, because I probably have more than 8. As I said, I likely have more than 8. Sigh. Get in there. Alright, that's gonna be the first one that has stuff. More screens to put away. Fortunately, we only really have to do this like once. Just to get organized first instance. More screens? Oh my gosh. We have too many screens. Way too many screens. And nowhere near enough electronics. And carbon fiber, apparently. leaves you. Ah. More motherboards. Pain pills. Okay. Alright, I think that will do it. Kinda just want to get rid of the totes. Keep the backpacks. But we'll see. Yeah, it really did not have that much. Or that many. Five entire electronics. Wow. Did I have any in the bins? I guess that's the other check. Yes, I did have stuff in bins. Okay, I am full on screens. Did I put these in the bins? No. That's sad. That's kind of... Oh god, hello. There's all the electronics. Game, would you not close the fucking inventory window when I drag stuff out of it? Oh my god. Oh, are we full now? Are we full? How much you want to bet that we're not full? I hate that bug, in particular. That one annoys me greatly. Also, the 3D printer has finished 3D printing. And you can see that my chat actually does extend up there behind the 3D printer, so I can, when I get rid of it, it just shows more of the history of the chat. Great! Yeah, that when I take a stack of an item and try to drop it into a storage that doesn't have a full stack of the item but is otherwise full, it will not add the items to the stack in that instance, even though it should. And I have to open up the inventory to be able to actually add the items to the stack, which is highly annoying. Maybe I should put the pills in. Yeah. Oh, more stuff. Hello. Oh, you're gonna be like that, huh? Okay, we're now full on those. How about the heat sinks? Okay, we can take the heat sinks. At least I know that I have plenty of that. And, yeah, kind of have enough mechanical parts, I think, at this point. I think I have enough. He says, with 8 full stacks of 20 mechanical parts. Whoops. Oh, that's actually a smart light. That's a multicolor light that I have there. Interesting. Oh, we actually have some flooring. Nice. That's very nice, actually. How about you? You're empties. Interesting. Oh, I have a toilet. Cool. I have a blahage back here. Let me grab that. Right, quick. Oh, that's the one thing with this particular conduit, is it does only stack to 5. It's kind of disappointing. The one of the mods that I have, I think Frizzy's Tweaks, makes it so that the regular conduit stacks to 15. Oh, we have a toe brace. Yeah, we got that too the other day. One of those. I think it's time to go. Yeah, we can go now. Oh my god, we can actually leave. We're finally done. We're finally done with our housekeeping. I need to figure out how to freaking zoom in. I mean, you can hold the button here, but it's also really slow. I need like a zoom to me. Alright, where are we going? There. I've decided that we are going there. I know, game. I'm close to OKLG. Who'd have thought? I know there's a hauler near me. I don't care. They're not on a collision course with me. Do not worry. What I am on a collision course for is you. Yes, I know. Actually, I guess I'm going that one then. Off we go. Oh, also only show names. That cut it way too close. Still slowing down. There we go. Dock! Hopefully this place has what we need. We need a deuterium canister as well as a helium canister. We need He3 and deuterium. That's about as close as we're going to get to zeros there. Come on, there we go. Oh, this place is small. Oh no, it's small. Sigh. Oh well. I have Lodge, hello. Snuggle. We are snuggling. Ah. Yeah, that's the thing. If we snuggle it enough times, our intimacy will improve. It will improve. Ah! Alright then. I'll take you. Yes, that just spent actually a screen and electronic parts. At least I should have spent a screen. Hello? I used steel, electronic parts, motherboard, heatsink, screen, yes. Electronic parts, electronic parts, electronic parts, electronic parts. Yeah. Bunches and bunches of electronic parts. Yeah, I don't need motors. The nav console is one of the very few items that actually uses the screens. You're coming. Oops. That's actually not a bad thing, because for whatever reason, with the way that this game behaves, it's only your head that matters. So, while, yes, I did kinda just, remove my spacesuit, except for my helmet, while in the vacuum of space. You're just fine as long as your head has pressure, which the game considers your head is still having pressure even when you don't have the suit on. Yeah, it's kinda weird. But that's how it works. You don't want to take your helmet off when you're outside, but you can take the suit off just fine. The game doesn't care about that. Anyway, we have to install this. Why do we have to install this? Because I need to go here and to files and to that nav station and pull all of that just in case it has any value. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go up and I'm going to go to my other nav station and I'm going to send it this nav bin data, or this nav data, and I'll take the copy of the full nav data just in case, because individual nav stations can have different nav data for what the ship scan results are, so it can show you on the map other derelicts on them that you can't normally see. Okay. Then we can uninstall. Autosave is autosaving the game. Go here. That. You know what? Take those. I don't think they... Oh, you have something? What do you have? Huh? The what? Okay, you are... You have something that is probably consuming space? No? Weird. These racks have different mass. I think there's a ghost item in one of these. but it's not in any of the inventory spots here. Freaky. They should have the same mass. Had anything else in here actually useful? I kind of used a heatsink and a screen. So, yeah, goodbye. Get down there. Unfortunate that something that far away was just a nothing. I'm going to be very, I'm going to be probably a little sad, actually, if we do come across the one, what I call the jackpot ship. There is one specific ship type that you can come across that I call like the jackpot ship. If you come across it, you will not have any concern for money for a bit. You can easily get a ton of cash. It's just multiple hundreds of thousands if you find one. It is a ship that contains a lot of cargo containers. Mern? Who's Mern? What's this Mew? Oh, hello. Hi, Dolly. That's my girl. Mwah. The baby. Hi, baby. Yeah, you wanna go? Whoop. Go up. Go up behind me. Hit the buff. Hit the baby. Hi, Dolly. Yeah. The pretty girl. Distracting me. Gonna make me crash. I don't want to crash. Are you gonna go up? Hello, Dolly. How's that Dolly girl? Yeah, that's about as good as it's gonna get. There we go. Baby. Baby girl. Yeah. There's the Dolly behind me. The pretty Dolly. Alright. What do we got? What do we got? A Lunamax, relatively small then. It is Testudo Tombolo Mark II. Freighter class. We are halfway through today's stream. What do we got? Ah, dang, it's another cryo. Oh, but we got... Ah, we got a helium. Oh, thank God, we got helium at least. So we got one of the two that I need. One of the two now, of the remaining. So we're 2 out of 3. All we need now would be a deuterium. And the rest of the ship is cash money. The rest of the ship is cash money, so let's, Oh, we've been in one of these before. Yes, we've been in... I remember you. This is the one that has these little, cargo rooms on each side. Yeah. We've been here. We know the drill on this guy. So let's head on up. It is unoccupied as well. That's the other thing. Right. I've mentioned this before, but because it's on my mind now. This room is what one would think would be an airlock. This room is not an airlock room. It's not an airlock room. Why? Because we're not pumping air out when we leave, and we're not bringing air in when we come back. In fact, I will not ever want a room that does that, because it takes several minutes of time to empty the room and to refill the room. And what is the purpose of it? Well, it's to prevent loss of the atmosphere from the room when you open the door, and having to refill the atmosphere of the room when you come back in. The thing is that the amount that you lose is negligible. It's negligible, and you're rarely out that long because it's so much easier. It's very easy to replenish your atmospheric gases in this game. The amount that you lose from this is not worth the hassle of dealing with an airlock that maintains the volume of atmosphere in total. Just, it's not worth the trouble. Very few people actually bother with that. It would be for role-playing purposes only, pretty much, to set up anything like that. I should repair thrusters and take thrusters with me. But should and what we're going to do are two very different things the vast majority of the time. Okay, these are not broken. I'll take the ones that are not broken. Really? Really, game? Really? That's how you work? Okay, I fucking hate this floating window. Just to make it crystal clear, I hate this floating window. I hate its very existence. That was just added to the game. It was just added to the game. It used to be right down here. It used to be in a fixed location right down here where this event log is. The event log was on the right side of the screen. And this was in here. Fixed location. It fucking sucks. They made the UI worse with the intent of making it better. The intent was to make the UI better. They successfully made it worse. Ah, see, there's a null ref just trying to drag stuff onto the thing I should have been able to drag it onto. Hello. How is that acceptable? It's not. And then it works. It starts working again immediately. Also not acceptable is having these windows close. Why do you close? Why are you closing? Get very pissed off at the game, at the UI. Very pissed off at the UI. All the freaking time. The entire UI should be scrapped and rebuilt from scratch. Is my current opinion. The entire thing needs to be redone from scratch. Just full stop, just throw it out and start over again. There's no shining this shit. Nothing in the rack, huh? Well, I'll take it with me then. Just a loose rack on the floor. I think that this is full. No, apparently not. Now it is. Okay, everything is done there. Access that lock. Back the pin. Oh, another backpack that I'm not using. Because I'm not going to take components that don't fit into these cassette storage boxes. Because if my storage boxes are full, that means I have plenty. And they're not worth taking with me. And they're so plentiful that there's just no point taking a bunch and carrying a bunch with me. Oh, look, more repair stuff. Another security EVA suit with the helmet, but I kind of have the helmet and the suit already. But they are exceedingly valuable, so I will take both of them. They're actually very valuable, so I will gladly. That's actually a very decent income there from that. I grab the carbon fiber. Do I need any motherboards? Yes. Ah, good. The electronic parts I will take every time, though. That's the one thing that I need the most of. Come on. There you go. What do you got? Nothing of value. Next. Unlock that. Glorious crate. What do you got? More crap. Just take the carbon fiber. Oh good. Those. You know, it's bins. I think it's specifically bins that keep closing on me. And that time it didn't close. Why? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Oh, steel. Right. Hello? Steel? There. It closed. It freaking closed. And I checked this one already, yeah? I think so. Okay. Yeah. Alright, what do we got in here? We have enough of those. We have a pretty good MHD drive. Actually, we got most. We have most of a reactor here. Probably doesn't have the field coils underneath, though. That's always disappointing. Somehow, it exists without having the field coils under it. Yeah, very, very odd, actually. That can go into there. Got two of the laser arrays and the capacitor. We do not have the pellet feeder set up. So the big piece for the pellet feeder / fuel regulator, I think is what it's called. And then the actual feeders, the two feeders. It only really needs one, but each one of the large items here, the fuel regulator and the capacitor, can support two objects. A most efficient reactor would end up actually having two capacitors and two of the large fuel regulator items, and then three of the laser arrays and pellet feeders, with the MHD and the cryo distribution pump added. And no like core purge pump thing, because it's unnecessary. Fundamentally unnecessary. Anyway, for now, all this is money. We also need a bunch of space. We need a lot of space for all of it, for a full reactor core. I'm not going to go and do that type of a setup that uses three of the arrays, or three of the pellet feeders. Two of the other larger items. No, I'm not going to bother. It's just going to be one capacitor, one fuel regulator, distributor, whatever it's called, and two pellet feeders, two lasers, the distribution pump, the MHD, and that will be that. Restore! It's still going to need a very big space. We're talking like what I want is a room that is at least a 15 by 15 internal capacity, so a 17 by 17 footprint for the full room with all the walls around it. Yeah. Big room. Ideally kind of in the middle of things too, but it's very protected from micrometeoroids. It's gonna take a bit to get this out of this ship, though. We're gonna be a little bit. Gonna take a little time, especially since I also need this guy. Oh God, yes, I have to restore you. You're about to die. I need you. You I absolutely fundamentally need, and restoring you is going to take a very long time, but I just need to make sure you don't get damaged by the time I get you to my ship. I can restore you on my ship. Same with you, kinda. But you don't take as long to repair. Alright, that one's empty. Not gonna worry about taking the batteries. Not gonna worry about taking the cryo reservoir. Because it is not valuable. Also empty. Great. Yeah, that's not valuable. The helium canister is valuable only because you do gain value from the contents. This one's actually, I think, pretty low on its contents, but it's enough. Okay. Taking those. What am I going to do here? Hello, game. Took my inventory away from me. I'm going to need to repair that. This huge rack, I'll shove in that. Come on. It's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. And just grab those. I think we're good from this ship in terms of what I want to take from it. I really don't want the testudo stuff. That's a main key thing. Alright. Take that off. That off. Oh, I should repair my suit. Well. Now we don't have to use the air from the EVA can, and we don't have to use the battery from the EVA suit as well. Batteries, plural, has 2 of them. As I said, this takes time to actually restore these canisters because they do have a lot of health. They're big. They're supposed to represent very big items, so it makes sense that it takes longer to restore them. The same would apply to the to ship cargo containers, which are used for the trading mechanic in this game. You can find derelicts that have them. The particular jackpot ship I was referring to previously has up to 36. Up to 36 of them. And each one, when fully restored, granted, if you do find all 36, the restoration time will take you like at least an entire day of game time, if not longer. They sell for 25,000 each. Which, if you do get all of them, if all of them spawn, all 36, that's 900,000 USD from one derelict. As I said, jackpot ship. If you find it, you've basically paid off your entire mortgage. If you're able to take all of it with you, because that's 36 3x3 oversized items. Okay, just to be clear, that's 36 3x3 oversized items that you would likely have to install on your ship in order to move them. Anyway, yeah, that's done. This guy, I'm going to pick up because I have to do what I did earlier, which is install, and then take its files. Leverage. Oh boy, that should be valuable. And I go to my main nav station and add the nav data. Get all of it combined. Oh really? You don't have room. You don't have room. What? Hello? Yeah, you don't have room. You do not have room. The helium-3. Okay. But what you do have is a testudo that absolutely has room. Oh, this feels so wrong. What's in the other one? Oh, my lights. Okay. Sure. Sure. This is fine. There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this at all. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. I don't know what you've been smoking if you think there's anything wrong with this, but there's nothing wrong. I'm gonna put these on the floor along with my helmet because I need to restore them. No, I would not like to sob quietly. That does not sound like a great thing. We have not even touched or looked at the social interaction aspect of the game, otherwise known as social combat system. Okay, so that's the one I'm wearing. Oh yeah. My helmet is fully restored. That's good. Now I just need to... Okay, how about the other one? Yeah, you've got room. Stick those in that. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. From having that extra security suit. It is useful, actually, to have a spare suit, but I don't know. I think that I am looking for a different EVA suit than the security one because I don't need the ammo storage, really. It would be nice to have a 3-tile weapon holster, but really, if I even really need one, I'd prefer something either with a larger backpack / larger clip point. Speaking of clip point, those belong there. Not my smart crate. Hello. But yeah, I'll take what I can get. I know there's like an engineering suit as well that I may come across that I would like to look at least to see if that's going to be beneficial to me. There's a medical one, a hazard EVA suit, and a Spec Ops suit. That's apparently the most expensive. Apparently the engineer, or the medical suit lacks a lamp mount, but has a nice surprise. Quote unquote, it has a nice surprise. We'll see. I haven't come across anything really other than the security suit, the civilian suit, and the basic suit at this point. Anyway, we only now need a deuterium canister. And, of course, a room. And a room. You know what? I'll go to... No, I'll go to here and then to there. No, go away from the ship. There we go. I am very purposefully choosing to go slower, by the way, to save my fuel. Ah. Latte. Dock! Thou shalt dock. Oh, we're actually pretty closely aligned now. Yeah, that's pure center. At least pretty close. What do we got? No pirates. What do we got? Deuterium! We got it! We found it! We found it! We found it! We have everything we need. Oh, an ad is in progress on Twitch. I'm so sorry, Twitch. I'm so sorry, Twitch, but you'll see it. You'll see it in about a minute, little over a minute. They'll see it. I'm just gonna drink some water. And this ship is big enough. I can scavenge this ship and build a large enough room from this ship. Yeah, it's the same layout as the one we were like just at. It's the same layout as the one we were just at. And this one has a fuel regulator and a capacitor on it, but I don't need those. The actual reactor stuff is lacking, but it's got the tank. It's got the tank. That's what's important. And another nav station. And a toilet. This ship has the toilet right next to the nav station. Hello, Twitch. And welcome back from the ad break. That auto-played. The derelict that we have arrived at has the deuterium canister that we've been looking for. So, we now have all of the parts. We have all of the parts. We have every single part. All I now need is the big room to actually install the reactor. And we will then have a reactor on our ship, which means effectively infinite power for our ship. I will no longer be limited to the time of batteries. However, because of course there's a however, we are going to need a rather large room, a very large room for this reactor. Ideally, there will also be a thermostat in here that I can either repair or get. And I will have a cooler. Get out, please. Thank you. There's a damaged door in the way. Come on. Go in there. I will, of course, be taking... as I was saying, at least a damaged thermostat. Take with me. The thermostats can actually, they can be put into backpacks. Oh good, I kinda also want more thrusters. So this is going to necessitate having a rather major change to the layout of the ship. Ooh, I'll take that. That's money, hopefully. Hopefully it's money. Would not be nice if it's not money. There's only the one there. You are damaged. I will repair you. Nav stations are worth repairing, and all the parts for the reactor are worth repairing. Thrusters can technically be worth repairing if you really need more thrusters, or if you are desperate for cash. But otherwise, not much else is worth actually just repairing, to be honest. Unless you are absolutely strapped for cash and need the money. It's a far better use of time and money, resources, etc., space resources on the ship to avoid taking in stuff and repairing stuff that isn't of very high value. Right, I will need a door. I will need an actual door. So I will uninstall you. And it would be nice to have a vent, but if this place doesn't have one, I'm not going to fret over it. Those are damaged. One is damaged, the other is not. I should repair. I should repair. Yeah, I should restore on my ship, but I don't care, really. EVA suit power and oxygen are plentiful. Don't dismantle, uninstall. Part of me just doesn't even want to look through these anymore. And yeah, you can just pry open the crates rather than hack their locks, especially if you're not going to be taking the crates with you. Hello, stuff. So, what? Game? Okay, I have enough screens. Nice. I have enough motors. About motherboards. More motherboards. Okay, those are good now. Right, am I missing an engineering? I always forget. I don't think so. I think I have everything. Try it. Open it. Any more? Okay, we're full on those. Just not useful. Try. No. Also no. And a no. They can contain EVA suit stuff, and there is technically a chance, I think, very small chance in some instances to find a very valuable piece of clothing. But I actually have to look that up, because I'm not certain with the details on that. Okay. I'm just going to put those in there for now. I'm coming out here. I can restore this canister. That'll take some time. The sword is for self-defense. There's pirates that are out and about. You can the game can have pirates on any given wreck, including more than one on a wreck that will attempt to rob you if they see you. And there are some that will just straight up dock to your ship to steal from you. So you have to kill them! Or at least attempt to. And the katana is one of the best out, like, the katana, the cutlass, the machete, they're all very nifty items for the purpose of destruction of life. There is kinetic weaponry, it's just I have found them to not be useful. Because I'm pretty sure you don't have the ability to, like, say, aim for X body part. It's just shoot them, and it'll shoot them in a random spot, and you can miss. And it'll do damage to the stuff that's behind them, depending on the weapon you're using. Because there's a weapon that doesn't break hulls, but literally is like a pea shooter. It doesn't actually hurt people. That's the most common weapon that you see. But then all the other real guns, it's like good luck finding the ammo for the real guns. And your suit is armored, so there's that too. Like, the spacesuit is kinda armored, so not a great idea with weapons, especially when it's kinda turn-based. So it's not like you can just rapid fire shoot into someone before they have a chance to hit you. It's you go bang, and they can still have a chance to hit you, and then you can fall down, and then they get more chances to hit you before you can do anything about that. So, yeah, just mechanically, the shooty guns are not particularly valuable, in my experience. But sharp weapons, like the katana, can pretty much instantly kill people. And unfortunately, if you do use these, it will, of course, damage their suits, damage the security, the EVA suit, damage the helmet, etc. But those can be repaired unless it's been completely destroyed. And I have had instances where I have completely destroyed the suit or the helmets. But either way, this install. Files. Funny that this is acting as if the game is on times 16 speed when we're paused. Go. That should do it. Alright. Put that away. So, I can't put the base into the super handy, but I would like to have some, like, extra storage here. Excuse me. Did it go into the other bay? Yes. Of course it did. Because I need floor. I need a lot of flooring. What's the name of the vessel currently? It's, More Scared of You. But we can rename it to whatever we want. On my personal save, I named it that. So I guess we'll go with that. That is a real song. If you have not heard it, it is an experience. It is a song that I heard a lot when during the period in time around the launch of the MMO Star Trek Online, where folks had an actual like radio station for Star Trek Online, and they played that song very often. Got the kitty back there. Mrs. Dolly is taking her nap back there right now. I am running the game on time 16. Well, considering that I haven't necessarily watched the original series in recent memory, I've never actually sat down and watched the whole thing through. I'm going to say Picard. Yes, because I haven't really watched the original all that much. One of these days, maybe. That day is not today. Actually, the correct answer is Q. Q is the correct answer. As just best character in Star Trek, full stop. Hello, Mr. Cat. Mr. Cat has joined me. He's here. Alright, what are we doing? We are on a hunt. Best character. Best character. That's what my answer is going to be every time. I need to break this ship down to flooring. I need lots of flooring. How much flooring do I need, actually? How wide are we? How wide? How wide are we, actually? Time to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 to each side with a center. 25. Okay, 25. Big kitty. I need to add at least 16. So my plan for this room, ultimately, for the reactor, is that it'll need to be a 15 by 15. One of the sides needs to accommodate a cooler, which means access to space. That can be the bottom. And I want to have room on the sides, or like hallways, because I want it to be centered. Yeah, I want it to be centered. So, if I add Oh yeah, there's a temperature system on your ship. There's a whole atmospheric system on the ship. I forget the exact key that I need to hold or push. But there's like there's a certain key I can press that should show me. Huh? Weird. Odd. But you can see how it has the pressure of nitrogen in blue, the pressure of oxygen in green, and then the temperature is in red on the tooltip there. Through a heat exchanger. Air conditioning. It dumps the heat out the back. That's what it does. It basically it pumps heat out. It's a heat pump. Pumps heat out, cooling down the interior. They're radiator panels on the external hull. They radiate. These are radiators. Like there are radiators on ships they can make in ASB. They radiate the heat away. It's just heating up radiator panels that radiate the heat out. And heat does travel through space. You're assuming that space is a perfect vacuum, which it is not. Which is a very common misconception, that space is not a perfect vacuum. Like, very real spaceship use very real radiators to radiate heat away. Anyway. There's also heaters. There's heaters, and there's coolers. Anyway, I need to break down flooring, because we are in need of a ship expansion. I was just planning on what I exactly need for this ship expansion. Let's see, 16. 400. 400 floor tiles. Yeah, let's get cracking on 400 floor tiles. Oh god. Alright. Orders. Uninstall. There. Uninstall. Uninstall all the flooring. I don't care what kind of flooring you are. Just give me floors. I need floors. Give floors. I am not going to scrap it down to the airlock, but we are going to take as much out of this as possible. Now, is this a perfect simulation of how things are normally? No. But it is pretty close. That's probably more than 400, huh? We'll see. That's more than half the ship. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna cancel. that. You know, if I actually counted, I could do the math. Let's see, there it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hey, it's 25. That's our ship width. That's our ship width. 25. And so I needed to add 16 rows of 25. Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So does all the rest of this equal another 6? I think so. We'll leave it at that. The only problem is going to be carrying it around, grabbing all the stuff. And then once I add 16 below, I will need to remove all this junk. Although I don't have to, it's just more useful if I did. I'll have to also have walls that outline the whole thing. So going 16 down on 2 walls, and then 20 plus 23. So it's like 16 times 2 plus 23. 55 walls total. Now we have to wait. Hurry up and wait for our dude to break all this stuff down. Probably gonna run out of charge on something here, unless it's only using the torch, so we'll be fine. Torch battery's fine. Yeah, the inventory space for all of this is going to be a pain. And we have to restore everything to up to 100%. And a number of the parts on our ship are also starting to need repairing again. Uh-oh, we're hungry. We're hungry. Character is hungry. Oh yeah. Hello again, Twitch. Welcome back from the ads that play automatically. I picked up the large rack that was loose here during this whole entire process. That should help with storing all these floors that I'm picking up. I really don't like that I'm taking testudo floors, but they are mass 7. They're not the heaviest, they're not the lightest, so they are thus somewhere in between. We just have to be mindful that it is somewhere in between. And it's not like I don't have testudo stuff. I have testudo stuff, I have Van Hummel stuff, I have Ryoka stuff. Oh god, that means the ship originally was a Ryoka. Oh, the Ryokas are the super heavy ones. Oh boy. Yeah, the Ryokas are heavy. we're just in the process of grabbing all of these floors, which I need like 400 floors for the expansion that I plan on making, which is going to be more than I need for the specific room that I want to build. But ideally a 15 by 15 room is going to be fine. That would not be nice if it isn't. I also have to think about how I'll be doing the doors. And what all that is going to involve. Ooh, yikers. They're also hungry now, apparently. At least breaking this down only uses the laser torch and not the power drill. If it used the power drill, we'd be in a little bit of trouble, because those I have to manually refresh. Oh, I have to swap out and charge that battery. Hopefully I have broken down at least 400 of these floors. Shall see. I'll need 55 walls, at least. To wall everything up. And I will, of course, need conduit. I will need lots of conduit. I'll need to probably grab more conduit from here. So I can conduit up all the walls and such. Get power flowing. And I'll have to move. Well, I don't have to move, but I should. I should move the walls. Got both of the kitties now. I should move the not the walls. Move these thrusters so that they actually thrust outside Cophackways, and move the cooler and move the antenna. The antenna will continue working. The cooler, I'm not sure exactly how it would work. I'm not sure exactly how it's doing its thing, per se, from a technical perspective. But yeah, radiating heat out through radiators into space is a very valid way of cooling down a ship. Having radiators to radiate the heat out into space is just fine. Ah! The old airlock accident. We're in pain. Oh noes. We're in pain. That slows us down. We're slower. Oh no, we're slower. It doesn't last too long though, so that'll be fine. But I don't know mechanically how this is working, if it is actually emitting heat into space when it's active, or on the other side of the object when it's active. Or if it's just cooling down the interior. I don't know, we'll see. The game is still being updated. There's lots of things that are being changed to the simulation. In fact, one of the next major patches to the game, which, yeah, whenever that releases, if we are in the middle of a playthrough, it will completely break the save, requiring a new save. By the way, whenever version 15, 0.15 happens, it will necessitate a new save. More likely than not. Although we can still play on version 14. They do have the beta branches that let you play the previous versions for this type of situation. But in version 15, one of the big things that should be coming is fire. So, for example, if your ship is only filled with oxygen and not pressurized with extra nitrogen, it'll be prone to go pop. Certain items, when they are damaged or are in a state of enough disrepair, create sparks that could very well make it so that you end up having a fire on your ship. Okay, good. You actually can reach those. I figured you would be able to. So there is stuff that ended up dropping outside, which is kind of sucky. It's almost done, though. At least on the uninstall side of things. Then we have to go through the whole process of actually grabbing everything. I'm going to start with all the stuff that went outside. Oh, you're actually going to go around my ship. That's actually pretty smart. That's actually pretty smart, considering that my ship is like a different map. It knew to go around the other map. Interesting. There should be more, yeah, in here. I get back inside. Ah, there's another way in, apparently. Oh, no, you just took that way. Yeah, whatever. Oh, that was not exploring. Okay, now I have to start drag and dropping into here. And I'm not going to bother counting. Not all of this. So I won't even know if I have 400 or not. Or like 500 or more. I think it's going to be 500 or more. Oh yeah, that. Go. Oh. That explains that. Explains you. Okay, what about you? There you go. There you go. Right, I should only be taking the stuff that is stack size 5 and putting it in here. Now, what is not stack size 5? You. Now you're stack size 5. You. What is that? 4 by 6? That's 120? Wow. Yay. Give everything. And then we have, I'll probably eat, address the hunger and the thirst. What is that? 99 series? Okay, you. After this, I have to start filling up backpacks. I hate that there's no music. There it is. Speak of the devil! And he shall appear. Now all these backpacks are 4x4s. Oh yeah, I guess there's space in here too. Oh, now it's putting it up there. Wonderful. I'll put it in there, thank you. Grabbing as much as I can. I know it's absolutely thrilling gameplay, but absolutely necessary for our plans and schemes. Get all that put away. And if I have extra, I have extra. If I don't have enough, then I don't have enough, and I can always come back and get more because there is plenty. We're almost done. Picking everything up anyway. And that one's full. Alright, I think that's just about everything that I took apart. Wonderful. Gosh, feeling like I may as well strip it to the airlock at this point. Anyway, get out here. It's time. It is time! Alright. No, it's not. It is not time! Uninstall that. It is not yet that time. No, go back. Uninstall that. Get your butt in here. Put that down for now. Where is the... You? Yes. You. Food. Eat. Eat some food. Drink some wah-wah. Brush the teeth. Okay. Now we go outside. Oh yeah, keep in mind I also need room to place the fuel tanks. I also need room for the tanks. The tanks have specific rules that they must follow in order to even install them. Because they represent only... they represent an object that is larger than what you see in the room. Just like the bays, the storage bays, represent an object that is larger than just the door to the room. These tanks take up a large volume underneath them. So there's spacing rules for how you have to place them. And they can't be placed near a wall because they would otherwise extend beyond the wall underneath the ship. That's what I think they're trying to go for, is just, in concept, it's a much larger vessel than what you actually see on the floor or in the room. It's like a multi-story object. But anyway, time to install floors. So that should be 25. And we need to do 16 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That more than doubles the size of our current ship. Current size is 12. We're taking 12 and then adding 16 more to it. Yeah, more than double. Get to it. And then this will be the check to see if we have enough flooring among all of the inventories. It should be, but we'll see. I may need a few more. And if I have the inventory open, the performance of the game will drop considerably. But yeah, it looks like next time we will, in fact, actually be building our reactor. Our fusion reactor. For the torch drive. And the torch drive. They're kind of one and the same. In this game, there isn't a separate, like, torch drive item to install on the ship, at least not at this time. It's pretty much just you build the reactor, you have the torch drive access. Maybe at some other point later down the line, that'll be a thing. The game is supposed to launch 1.0 in 2025, by the way. It's supposed to hit 1.0 in 2025. We'll see about that. We shall see. I have my doubts that if it does hit 1.0, that it would actually be ready for 1.0. Apparently we had 400 floors, by the way. Yeah, I have doubts about readiness within 1 year. In terms of amount of content. And while I do believe that they will be able to fix the current bugs and improve the current state within that time, having any degree of the amount of planned content that they originally seem to be planning, or that I've seen in the code stuff that had been worked on, because they've left behind a lot of stuff in the code. I don't really see it at this point. I don't really see the pace matching to hit 25 launch. But we'll see. We'll see if they get enough people working on it and churning out enough fresh content for it, then maybe. It depends upon how many new systems are being added to the game as well. Because, this next update, version 15, is supposed to add this fire system to the game. How many more of these systems are being added versus content, actual content? What the game really needs is content, frankly, not necessarily systems. It has a lot of systems already. And fire, sure, fine, whatever. It's kind of just a whatever mechanic to me. As just, okay, you exist, and, well, they want to add weapons. They want to add space combat in this game. Actual space combat is going to exist in this game. And so fire being a necessary component behind ship combat. With actual ship weapons, ship-to-ship weapons, and all that stuff. Which I would also say, okay, how long do you expect the player to actually be able to survive on a map? If there's ship combat? Huh? You don't even have to be in direct combat. You just have to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And all of a sudden, a missed salvo of something will just slam you and destroy you, ruin your life, just randomly. Kind of already does that with micrometeoroids, but we're talking actual ammunition designed to destroy a ship instead of random rock in space. We'll see. We shall see how they do that mechanically. But again, that's another system. That's another system that they're looking to add to the game before launch. And not an insignificant system as well, to actually have ship combat in the game. Ship-to-ship combat. So it's huh? Eh? You want this? You want this when? Are you sure you want that for launch? Is that even a necessary thing to have that in this game? Maybe, but the way it's designed, is it feasible? I don't know. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. Don't know how necessary that is. But say if you have a start of a character who's military character, then kind of makes sense. But You know, it also depends upon having multiple starting options, which is content, because the system already exists for character creation and how the game creates the character. Adding the other start types is content at this point, not necessarily systems-based. There's not much that needs to change systems-based. There, it's more content. The only systems-based thing that would need to be altered would be having the ability for the character to spawn at different locations in the solar system to match the career type that you've started the game as. Because you could like start as a random person on Mars, on the Mars base, or on Venus base, or whatever, some other locations as some other type of character undergoing a different career path outside of salvaging. That was in the plans. Those files still exist for the ideas for other career types. It's just right now it's only this one as the salvager that you have access to. We are almost finished here with the floor. It then has to restore all the floors. And then I'll need to get the walls and the conduit. But Twitch is on ad break right now, but we'll have to, and we're going to be wrapping up the stream in a couple of minutes here. I'll just review all of that once the Twitch ads end. We're almost there. Almost! Almost done. Almost finished with the placement. Wow. Hello Twitch, welcome back from the ad break that just played here at the end of the stream. Our character has nearly finished placing all 400 of these floor tiles. I know it looks like a patchwork mess, but that is something that we will be able to change later if I want to. Because you can be like super creative mode and decide like what types of things you want to have here. What are you doing? Why did you want to get a t-shirt? I don't quite understand that logic. I want you to like be repairing the floors for me as I go through my end of stream outro here. So we're still going to need 55-ish or whatever walls, because we have to wall everything up. I have to move all of these to the new wall. I need to get conduit to go across the entirety of the perimeter. I need lights to light up the entire internal area. I need to restore everything to max. And then I need to make it a room, open it up, make it a room as well, get it pressurized. I also have to depressurize the room in order to actually install the reactor. We are at the point now where we will have this room where I will be able to install a reactor. Technically, I need even more walls, because my plan here is that only part of this was going to be the reactor room, not the whole thing. I'm just was thinking about, I wanted it to be centered, and I'm actually thinking, I need even more floor tiles. I need to actually extend this even further down, because I only went 16 down. I don't have enough room below, because what I ideally want is to have a bit of a hallway going around the whole thing, and have it just be this isolated room, 15 by 15-ish room in the middle. But in the current state, I think that it'll have to be this 15 by 15 here, sharing this wall. That might be how I do it. The problem with centering a 15 by 15 is that my doors are 5 tiles, so I think that for now I won't have a door like here or here. It'll just be open into this hallway. There'll be a door into the room. Actually, it'll be 2 hallways, one on each side, and the center is going to be walled off to the main reactor room. Because we've got 25 tiles to work with, so there'll be a 3 tile wide hallway here. Because we'll have wall, hallway, 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 wall for the reactor room, 15 internal tiles, wall here, 3 tiles, wall here. This and the space in between should be 15, if my math is correct, but might not be. We'll see. We'll see how it works out in the end. But yeah, that's the plan that we're working towards to get this reactor built. I'll also need room to put the fuel canisters, which may mean more floors as well. We'll see about that. We'll see about that, because I might not actually have the space if I completely center the reactor and build the stuff around the reactor to put the fuel canisters in like the corners. I'm hoping I can put at least the minimum 3 in the corners of this reactor room, but I might not be able to. We'll see. We'll find out next time, because that's realistically when this is going to be built, is next time. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching today's stream. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you've enjoyed this stream, do all the social stuff down below the video. I will be back with more on Tuesday. I hope to see you all then. This was stream 6, yes, stream 6.